Hey there, welcome to Ace the Sales podcast. I'm your host Roshni Baronia, and today's is a very special episode because this episode is triggered by a probing question that surfaced in a WhatsApp group that I am a part of. Do you choose your clients? This question is often overlooked by service providers because they feel that every business opportunity is gold and it has to be grasped. Saying no to a paying client is the biggest crime, or that the decision-making powers about the deal happening or not are vested only with the client, and as the service provider, coach or consultant, you are ought to serve every client who comes knocking at your door. But guess what? That's not true. If you are making yourself available for anyone and everyone, you are serving no one. If you are chasing the wrong leads, your sales conversion rate will look really sad. If you are always on calls or meetings with prospects who are a misfit for you, you will keep hearing no from them, facing more and more rejections, which will further kill your confidence in sales. Getting the right people on the bus with you is very important in order to maintain sanity in your small business, because serving every single client as a solopreneur takes time, energy, resources, and your personal well-being. So this episode is dedicated to helping you get yourself in front of only the right people. And by right people, I mean the clients who light you up, who bring joy in your work, who value and respect your time and expertise. But before I share the do's and don'ts, let me first address the elephant in the room, which is your fear. Fear that if you will say no to a potential client, you will get lesser clients. You will do lesser business, make lesser money. Listen, by saying no to the misfits, you are actually saying yes to the ones who really need your transformation, who really need your services. If nothing else, please just take this new mantra home from this episode. Do less and be more. Be more available for yourself. Be more available for higher paying clients. Be more available for your highest good to come to you. Get out of your own way by weeding out the people who do not resonate with your energies, ideologies, and boundaries. Because in today's age, where we are constantly experiencing FOMO, you have to understand that less is more. Let me share a wonderful story of Louis Vuitton bags to bring home this mantra for you. So Louis Vuitton is a luxury bag brand, and you will rarely find any piece under $1,000 mark. Now, in the late 80s, there was a management change and a new CEO came who thought of getting rid of unsold inventory and so thought of bringing out a season-end flash sale. But when the founder and the designer himself, Louis Vuitton, happened to visit the store, he was not happy to see a long queue of shoppers outside the store, waiting to buy the on-sale Louis Vuitton bags. He was in fact furious and closed down the sales immediately. Why? He said that the bags are meant for a segment which appreciates the quality, design, and our brand ethos. We are not meant for everyone. I do not want to sell to everyone. I sell only to those who believe in my product, brand, and what we stand for. Do you think Louis Vuitton does bad business? No, they don't. They are amongst the most coveted bag brands. And that's why I say that less is more. If you get strategic about who is getting on a free discovery call or a strategy call with you, and in the process have lesser calls on your calendar, that does not mean that you are doing less business. It means that you are serving more and better to the people who are a right match. Now you might be itching to know, how do you ensure that you are talking to the right kind of prospects? How do you ensure that you are talking to the people who are not only interested in working with you, but invested in working with you? So for that, you need to incorporate a filter in your sales funnel. This funnel filter will ensure that only qualified leads and business opportunities come to you. Now, what are qualified leads? Qualified leads are potential clients who are vetted across certain parameters that are critical to be met in order to match your ideal client definition. Let me share a very funny incident with you. In fact, not even funny, it was embarrassing actually. Now, this was a time when I was in college and my cousin who was about to get married wanted to do some wedding shopping. I was in Delhi at that time, and we have a very famous market here called Chandni Chowk, which has multiple shops with wedding dresses, jewelry, accessory, etc. So, all excited and confident, both of us went to shopping. We visited many shops, and there was one particular shop where, as soon as we stepped into, the salesman asked at the doorstep itself as to what are you looking for. We said we are looking for a bridal lehenga. He said, we have only collections starting from the range of 1 lakh rupees and above. Do you want to see it? Of course, we didn't have the nerves to buy such an expensive item all by ourselves, and embarrassed as hell, we ran out of the store. But now that I think of that incident, it was very smart of the shopkeeper to know who is their ideal client. Two girls in their early 20s was not the kind of walk-in they were willing to entertain. We did not qualify as his ideal client. Similarly, it is important for you to know who your ideal client is and then have a funnel filter to ensure that you are having your sales conversations only with qualified leads who match the characteristics of your ideal client. When you have sales conversations with a qualified lead, you have higher chances of converting them into paying clients because you have already bridged the expectation gaps with the funnel filter and they fulfill the ideal client defining parameters. But now the question is, what is a funnel filter in your business? A funnel filter is a simple but powerful tool like an intake form, which is a digital form that you can make in Google, Typeform, or you can put it as a questionnaire along with your calendar booking link. As a service provider, coach or consultant, if you are scheduling discovery calls or free consult calls with a prospect, you should have them fill out this intake form before they get on a call with you. Having a little information about the person that you are going to meet over the call will help you prepare better for the call, enable you to suggest a relevant solution to them, and get a sense of whether or not he or she is someone that you would like to work with. Intake forms, if done properly, have the ability to show the red flags before you get into a bad client experience, thus saving you from losing sleep over conflicts and dissatisfaction. A good funnel filter should cover the 5 parameters that I'm going to share with you here in order to get qualified leads. Ideally, there should be 2 to 3 questions for each parameter, making it a max of 10 to 12 questions in an intake form. So the first parameter is the basic background information. Now that's a given that you capture the basic details like name, email, phone, geographic location if that's of relevance to you. But what is the significance of capturing this information? You are actually creating a database of your prospects and leads, which acts like a gold mine for your business. So whenever you come up with new programs and new launches or products, you can always come back to this database and introduce the new launches to them. You do not always have to go hunting for new leads. This is a database, this is a gold mine you already built like an asset in your business. So go back to these to introduce your new launches. You can also ask things like a little about their family, marital status, children, pets, if that's the kind of work you do, their emotional triggers like what brings you joy, what you love doing most, or your hobbies, or where did you learn first about me, because this will give you a sense of understanding which of the marketing activities are working best for you. The next parameter is the behavioral patterns of the prospect, which are like the prerequisites for the success of your work with your clients. Do not overlook this part because your time, energy, and mental peace is important while you work in your business. Your business is meant to be a joy, not a struggle. So you can ask in your intake form questions like, are you a DIY, do-it-yourself kind of a person? What drives you? Knowledge, passion, recognition. why it is so important for you to become a public speaker. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of an action taker you are. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you willing to work on your personal growth? The third parameter is to check their urgency, as in how much they are really in need of your solution, how much they want it now, or if not now, then when. This parameter is to assess how ready they are to say yes to your proposal or the solution that you are going to present to them over the call. So you can ask questions like, what brings you here? What specifically made you reach out to me today? What's not working for you right now? What is giving you the feeling of being stuck? What is the next big project you are working on? When was the last time you got your website designed? The fourth parameter is to check their commitment level. This is very important if you have high ticket services or programs, or if your program requires a lot of assignment submission, attending all the sessions before they move on to the next level, or if you need data, resources, information being provided to you, handed over to you in order for you to complete your project or accomplish your work in a timely manner. Checking this parameter also serves as a pre-work to handling objections on the sales call. So depending on the most common objections that you get, you can give a heads up and set those expectations within the form itself. Like for example, you can mention in your form, this is a 5-figure investment in yourself. Do you think you are ready to do this right now? There will be a lot of homework to be done. Do you think you can make that kind of a time commitment right now? Do you have any prior health conditions which might come in the way of success of this program? Have you invested in a coaching program earlier? If yes, what was that? Is your website a DIY thing, or did you get it designed from a professional? And lastly, understanding some high-level stuff about the person who is choosing to come on call with you. And these can be related to the kind of work that you are doing now, whether you are an energy healer, image consultant, or a speaker coach. This is to understand your prospect at a elevated level and know what drives them, get the bigger picture they have about themselves or the vision they have. So things like, what is the impact you want to create in the world? Why the world needs your solution? What legacy do you want to leave behind? If you had a magic wand that could fix anything in your life, health, business, relationships, what it would be. So those are the 5 parameters across which you should vet your prospects. The basic info, behaviors, urgency, commitment level, and visionary stuff. Of course, it needs strategy and mindfulness to design an intake form, but I'm sure that with the guidelines that I have shared with you today, you will be able to get on track. And as you get started by filtering out your business opportunities, you will be able to get better outcomes for your sales conversations. And if you need any help with making a funnel filter or knowing how to increase conversion from your sales conversations, I'm happy to schedule a 30-minute free consult call with you. Just book a slot from the link given in show notes. Of course, you will find an intake form there, no brainer, but I would be happy to help you sell more and grow more, because in 2022, I want you to do less and be more. Thank you so much for joining me today. From bottom of my heart, I'm telling you that this means a lot that you are here listening to this podcast, following it, and sharing your love by leaving a 5-star review on the podcast listening app or Apple iTunes. So that's all from my side today. Let's meet again inside the next episode of Ace the Sales podcast. Till then, this is your host Roshni Baronia signing off.